midsummer down at the Devon Koi Pond. One of the pleasures I find about this time of the year is the last feeding of the day. It's just getting dark now, just after 10. Beautiful day we've had here, lovely and warm today, but a night-time feeding with a koi. So, without further ado, I'll put you over to the fish, give them a bit of a feeding, and you watch a minute or two of it. Fantastic this time of the evening feeding them. Giving them something to last them overnight till their breakfast. So let's have a little bit of the nighttime feeding. Hi and welcome down to a Devon Koi Pond on another morning. No sunshine this morning, looks quite nice, chance of thunder showers they say, but very pleasant down here, nice temperature. Today we're doing a little piece on the skimmer down here, which I'll be running into, but to start with I like to say hi, welcome to all the new subscribers, welcome to the old subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, get on down, tap this subscription button, hit a thumb up if you enjoy the video, hit the thumb down if you don't enjoy it, doesn't matter to me. But today we're going to have a look at the skimmer. I've got a few things that I'll go on about from the last video a minute first on the pods, because I had a couple of people mention about the pods that they appeared to be running low. Well, I was running very little water through them while I was working on them. I slowed the filters right down, but also the first pod is pump fed. The second pod is gravity fed from the first pod. So it's a little bit of a strange setup, but let's whip over and have a quick look at that a minute. And I'll show you kind of what I mean. This is what it normally runs like. So this is normal setup. This is the first pod. This is about normal running height. It's a little bit higher than normal actually. Probably a centimetre, maybe 2 centimetres, because it wants to clean. Also need to add some more media into it. I'll pop that into a video actually next week. I've got some more K1 micro here. It's had time to settle in there now. There's about 20 litres in each one, but I could probably squeeze a little bit more in there, because the air pump I got's a nice big powerful one, and I can jam a little bit more in as long as I can still get it to boil. Now, somebody commented on the second pod, looks like it's running low. Well, it's probably 2.5 inches down from the overflow, but this one is gravity fed from the first pod. So the media is obviously blocking in this one as well, because the disc is starting to push up. I'll go into the discs and everything in another video. But this is what they normally run at as a pair. I'm well happy with the job the other week, putting the skimmer line into the first one. That's fantastic. Sure, I can get some more media in that, probably another couple of litres. Probably in this one as well. Get a couple of litres more in it. I do actually play with the level in this first pod with this piece of pipe in the centre. I've got a video that I can run the water up and level up and down a bit with. I can't remember whether that was in the video or not. If it wasn't, that is normally in there. But here today we're on this skimmer. Now this is a stand in the pond skimmer that's been put onto a bulkhead connector that I built into the pond wall. Now, this is I found an ideal way of doing a skimmer. Who wants to knock a big chunk out of their wall to set an in the wall skimmer? People tend to have problems with them, whereas this is just on a bulkhead fitting. It fits more or less straight into a bit of 40mm pipe. It's just pushed in the top literally of a piece of pipe. I've got a little adapt on that I want to do at some point this summer, but it's been working fine there now since I fitted it. Handsome little job that, and it's cheap. The wall ones are a lot of work to fit, and this just works well in the corner. And I'll show you some underwater shots and some footage in a minute of that. I've had no problems with it. If you've got a wooden timber frame pond, this is an ideal way to do it. Just a bulkhead fitting through the side, and in you go. A few people have asked me questions on this in the last few weeks, and it works a treat for me, that's all I can say. Quite easily, if you wanted to gravity feed it, you could come through with a 3-inch bulkhead fitting, and put a 3-inch fitting in the bottom of the pot and just stand it on top of that, because they self-adapt for water height, so you only need to set it up for the height at your water level and work out which height to put your bulkhead fitting through. Fantastic job. As you can see, it's on a bulkhead fitting. Yes, you two, always around. It's on a bulkhead fitting, 1.5 one that comes through the wall. The piece of pipe that goes over to the left is just kind of to help keep it in place. You could come straight out the wall, a little bit lower or whatever, and straight into it. But the actual fitting is one of the stand in the pond skimmers that does very well like this, and appears to save you a lot of work knocking a big chunk out of the wall. Nothing like a bit of underwater footage. So, yeah, the skimmer. Right, that's set up like that, and it works very well. It's an in-pond skimmer, but it does save you doing a lot of damage to the pond wall if it's fitted like this. Now, in the bottom of it, you could easily put a 3-inch tank connector onto it and plumb it straight in 3-inch out, so you could run it gravity. This would work very well gravity as well, I would think. You still got to balance it into the filter so you're getting a good equal draw from your skimmer and your bottom drain. But one thing you do want to do, as soon as it gets outside of the pond wall, you need a valve on it so you can shut it off. These fish are really nosy and really hungry today. Water's not bad, got a bit or two in it. It's not bad at all. So this video is all about this one. I'm probably going to do a little bit of work on it. I'll show you. It's a tight fit in a piece of 1.5-inch pipe, so the actual fitting on the bottom, you can jam it into an 1.5-inch piece of pipe, 40mm pipe, and it fits right in there nice and snug and sorts that little problem. And I think they're about £35 or £36. Very cheap way of doing a skimmer. Fish, as soon as you go anywhere near the water, they're so in for some food. The chags, I've never seen anything like the way they're eating. Stuffing it down. Horrendous how much food they're going through. But yeah, the skimmer. I'll take it out and put a clip in of it on the bench so you can actually see it on the bench, and I'll also chuck up a picture here of the actual skimmer as you buy it. But I say it works a treat for me. I know a lot of people don't like banging a huge chunk out their wall on the side, and this just works. And if anything goes wrong with it, you just take it off and buy a new one and stick on the end. But I'm pulling about 4,000 litres through it on a pump. I say you could easily set it up to gravity feed. But let's whip over and I'll show you it, take it out, and I'll show you on the bench and show you what my little intention is to do to it when I get a spare 5 minutes. So let's pop in and have a look on the bench. So here's the little clip I've inserted it. Here's the actual pot. So what you got here, a pot like this, and it's got a screw column on it that you can extend up and down for your water height when they're sat in the pond. But this, literally, there's a screw fitting underneath this that screws it onto the pipe. Well, that's a tight fit in a 40mm piece of pipe. So that's jammed in the end of a piece of pipe that's coming out the wall there. All I could do is drop this basket on top, do the screw up, and it screws it in. Now, it's not a very big hole in it, but I'm only pulling 4,000 litres through it. But the intention is to cut this off at some point, put a 40mm tank connector on it, and then I can just sit it straight onto straight coupling on top of the elbow down there. Works a treat. At some point I'll show you that, me cutting it and putting the tank connector on. But quite easily with this, you could put a 3-inch tank connector in the bottom of here. The flange would fit, and sit it straight onto a 3-inch pipe out the pond, and then take it straight up to 4-inch to go to whatever fitting and filter type you've got. So that should work for a lot of people and save a lot of people a lot of grief. So that's a cracking idea, I think. If you like it, chuck the thumbs up down the bottom of the video. Could save a lot of people a lot of work. So back to me again at another point. So I hope you've got a better understanding of how that works now, and the reason for why I did it that way. I mean, the main reason was I was going to be pump fed, and I had a quick pump fed on the skimmer, and I had a quick think about it. Thought, yeah, I could adapt one of those. So I bought one and just played with it and adapted it, and it did the job absolutely fantastic. So that's why I went that way. Plus I didn't want to knock a big chunk out the blockwork to get the damn thing in. But it's in, it's been working fine, got no problems with it whatsoever. Like I say, you could put a 3-inch bulkhead connector on the bottom of it and literally sit it on top of a fitting coming out the side of the pond wall. Please remember, if you do anything like that, the first thing you want as the pipe exits the wall outside is a gate valve or a big ball valve on it, so you can shut it off at that point. You don't really want any problems beyond there, but you could take it from there. You could take it to a drum or split the flow into a nexus filter, so you got it coming in, coming out, and you need 2 valves then to balance the flow between the skimmer and your bottom drain. But it's a good way of doing it, damn cheap. So if you haven't already, please smash that subscriber button down there. Right, you know the one. Also hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't enjoyed it, hit the thumbs down. I don't mind either way. It all counts as a thumb. But smash those a minute for me, and I'll catch you all in the next video. But from down here in Devon now, happy ponding. Get on with you. Bye for now.